Hello everyone. Let's make it Craftroom time today instead of yesterday. Things happen and yeah, I'm here now. I was about to start the stream as hello, and then the rest I can't unfortunately not sing, but yeah, that's what it is. I did try these yesterday and I have 4 more. So let's just do a little quick creation with these, with updates and things, the technical whatever it is, like sometimes in life comes in between. So I do need to try this again. 4 new ATC cards, artist trading cards. It is a standard size, 2.5 by 3.5 inches. And that is what we are working with today. I did create the background for these. It is just a regular acrylic paint and texture paste that I created with the help of this. And of course I haven't washed it, but I had several of these that I found, and we are going to use another thing that I found in my cleanup. I have several Halloween inspired things, pictures, tags, so these will definitely be used. Let's look into them. I'm going to cut them apart. These are too big, unfortunately. Haven't really downsized them. Maybe these words will be used, I don't know. And I would say this crow, and maybe this madam up here, and maybe that skeleton. A couple of backgrounds. Maybe this. This is kind of neat. This will be cut out. And then I thought about one thing. I saw a thing that I had from before. Let's see. This one. This is neat. This will definitely have to be used. So let's start the process with cutting things out first. Hello, Teresa. Welcome, welcome. So trying it out with some Halloween inspired ATC cards today. So life came in between yesterday, and with that, with the upcoming weeks, and of course with the holidays coming up, there will definitely be a little bit of a change in scheduled lives. So be sure to have the notification bell turned on. I would say most of the time, because of things happening at work, in me, and getting back to the special education type school thing that I have, it has to be a little bit of a change in order to be able to do this. And I definitely want to do it because I would say I need it. The creative time is limited, at least like this. I do creative things all day, every day. Almost, anyways. But when it comes to me just doing things like this, it's one of those that I really do have to have. Let's see, we are going to use the crow. And maybe with another background, I don't know, it's kind of not really showing because there is so much going on these cards. I did the princess skeleton yesterday. Let's go with the prince. Let's go with him. Let's see. We will definitely have to cut him off because he is too tall for the actual card. So, like this. We have 4 cards, and are we going to use that scary lady too? We will have to maybe use her and this creature, whatever it is. Let's see, cutting somewhat like that. Sorry, we need to cut the legs off. So these. Fussy cutting at its best. Really me just looking into if this whole technical thing works because of an update and a little bit of a change on things. Let's see, do I want to turn the whole thing around, putting it there? I think so. Or maybe further like that. Yeah, that might be better. Put a word or a thing on it and a background, of course. Let's cut the princess skeleton out. I hope that you had a beautiful start to your day, Teresa. As you all know, or most of you anyways, I am in Europe, and for me this time of day it is 8 p.m. so I love ending my day like this, or watching another streamer of some sort. But I would say that today was a hectic day. There was so many things going on, so many fun things though. So that's always nice. So we will have to put him like that, I would say. Let's see, and this thing, I don't know. Do we want to have the whole thing, or do we just want to? Let's save up on the purple background here and try it out. Let's figure it out, the sizing of it though. Like that, cutting maybe just a tiny bit off. Kind of covering. Do I want to just fussy cut with leaving part of it off? I do like, let's try it. Let's just kind of leaving a little border, or whatever you like to call it, just a tiny bit of a border around. And it brings the whole thing together in a way. So almost the weekend again, folks. Almost the weekend again. Need to glue that one. Was a little bit too thin there on the purple side, so I need to just glue that one down. No one will never ever notice in the end. Looking in like that, going in and around, and whatever you do, and cutting these things off. A little bit more of a round shape. Like that. debating with myself if I want to keep it like this or even cutting the whole thing off a little bit more. I do like that. I want to save the arm there, and I kind of like that it's purple all the way around, so we will save it like that. And now, of course, looking into, do we want to use any of these backgrounds? And I would say yes and yes. We are going with that pink one. Not necessarily one that I would choose, you know, like out of if I would have chosen any of them, but these are the things that I have to play with today, or I don't really have to, but I have taken them out of my little I don't know what the name of it is, my little bucket of things that I save that I might use. Is that what it is? Let's see, this is way too thin for that one. Maybe we'll use it with the crow. I don't necessarily want to have the whole thing covered, do I? Just maybe like that, all the way around, a little bit of a thing peeking out. Let's glue him down so we don't forget. Hello, Raoul. Long time no see. So nice to have you here. I haven't seen you around much lately. I'm glad you wanted to pop in here and say hello and be with me. Let's figure this one out. A little bit of pink. Just cutting it off around the beak. Around the beak we go. Be careful not cutting the whole thing off, of course. And now let's figure this one out. Just have that one, and I'm actually thinking here that I want to have something else. Definitely a word, but I do want to have something else too. Let's look into these. Can we use the rat maybe? There's a little buddy of the, do we want to have both of them on there? They are kind of a different style, so that's what I'm kind of debating with myself. Or do we want to have the, there are the witch there with the, or this one. This is kind of strange. I don't necessarily do Halloween things, so you will be hosting the New Year's the streamathon. Oh, I don't know. I will definitely have to look into the slots there. I don't know if we are home during New Year's or the days before and after. I have no clue. With family spread, I wouldn't say all over the world now, but you know, I do have a little bit of a change in my life. So let's see, we do have the owl from yesterday too. Do we wanna? No, I don't know. What do we think about this? That's I don't really like it. We will have to cut him all out. I can definitely see he needs a friend, so some sort of something needs to happen down here. Or maybe if I'll just print out 2 of these black crows. I will get back to you, Raoul, with the time slots and the days and everything. Are you going with the January like streamathon thing too? Because aren't it usually like a stream thing during January too? Like not the New Year's one then. With you know, almost, I wouldn't say all New Year's, but most of them we do spend with friends and family. So the thing is, I'm not too sure if we will even be in Sweden. It's looking to not cutting his feet off here, no claws or anything, like no animal was harmed during the creation of these. A little bit of a strange time for me streaming maybe, but let's see, do I like that? I don't know, but we have this and we will have to go with it. So what about these two? Those will be put aside for now. This one will be put here. Let's look into it. Does it need? It definitely needs a thing or two. Like, there are too many things going on. And yet again, I only have these to use. Definitely going with the pink and purpley one here. Like I thought about when creating the other 4 ones, usually when having print out like these ones, aren't you not thinking, like looking at them, choosing the nicest ones first and leave the other ones? At least I do leave the other ones. I don't tend to throw the things away, because you'll never know. In the creative mind of mine, I might come up with me wanting to do a thing or two with the remaining things. Now debating here again. Am I going with the crisscross of this pattern instead? Let's see. On some of it might be kind of nice. Or am I just going to cut his fingers off? I don't know why I want like the orange part of it. Or have it let's see, does that work with that? It does, in a way anyways. These, not too sure. Let's cut him the thing out here and then try it again before deciding 100%. Like that. Maybe just have it like, yeah, I do like that more. Leaving maybe the upper part a little bare. I don't know. There is something going on, something strange going on. We do need this yellow for the skeleton prints. And we are going to back him like, I'm going to cut him a bit. Hello, Brenda. Welcome, welcome in. Doing some Halloween inspired ATC cards. I do like that the fingers are just the tiniest bit of the actual creation there. So before I kind of change my mind, let's cut the whole thing off. Let's glue and cut, because you'll never know with me. I might change my mind. I tend to do that sometimes. Let's see. Like that. Of course, cutting this a little bit down and using, let's see how the placement of this, do I want to have it all the way to the, yeah, we will go like that all the way to the edge, or leaving a tiny gap. My whatever, like 5-minute crafts or whatever they say, that channel. Glue and don't think. Who was it that who was it? Was it Nicole at Relax Cut Glue? I don't really remember. It was a, no, I know who it was. Wasn't it Laura? Laura, the crafty bubble, and this glue. Let's change it up. Let's change it up with this better one. Like that, and cutting it off again, downsizing it to fit the actual card, 2.5 by 3.5 ATC size. Let's look into placing this one down with a tiny bit of thinking, offsetting it to the card. Let's just do a little extra there because I cut it all kind of crooked. And yeah, let's see, a little tiny bit offset, which means that I will have to cut it a little bit more. So these are paper pieces out of like a journaling kit that I don't even know, like I think it was from back 2020. I found while I was cleaning up in here. So that was a couple of weeks back, and who am I? Saving things. I don't necessarily save up on things, do I? For this specific card, we definitely need some sort of word to place in before gluing the whole thing, like down to where we want to have it. Spooky, scared, wicked, and trick or treat. Wicked, witches, spooky. I don't know. I tend to go like one word there. Scary. Are these crows scary? If they will be now. And of course I would have maybe chosen some other words, but these are the ones that we have to work with. So again, a little bit of glue offsetting the whole bird. Actually leaning it like that a little bit. Oh, who am I? Like that. Holding it in place. That's weird. That's something might be very important for things. Oh, thank you so much. Using up what I have is the thing for this one. So I did create, I haven't really flattened them out yet, but I did create this one and this one and this one really quick. It was all just acrylic and texture paste with the stencil, and then these for the last ones. Just putting it down, not really thinking too much, and that might be the thing. Create and just, you know, have a feel of what's good in the moment. So this is a tricky one though. Do we like that? I did cut, let's see, I don't necessarily want the yellow thing. Am I really going with this intricate type cutting? Oh, thank you so much, Brenda. Let's see, really intricate. I usually say that I love fussy cutting, but I'm not too sure today. I am kind of tired. I had a really hectic day today. Had a nice thing going though with a really nice answer for a specific thing that's going on around me. Hello, Heavenly Gifted today. Welcome, welcome. Creating Halloween inspired ATCs just because I had these things laying around, not usually doing this, but I felt like I needed to do something. I found them while cleaning up, and no, as you know, I'm not all into Halloween at all, really. But that's what it is. So Halloween is, of course, upcoming thing in the US. So I would say not Euro if you haven't moved. I don't know. But most of my American friends do celebrate Halloween. Let's figure this one out. It is a sad thing that you can't really sing on YouTube, because this specifically today, I feel like I want to sing a whole lot. Like I said, a really nice answer for a thing at work today. Hello, really nice to have you here, Hannah. How are you? How are things going? Words. We have chosen scary for that one. I don't know. I don't know about it, but it will be there. Spooky, wicked, and trick or treats. trick or treats. And now I'm thinking these are from 2020. Now I definitely realize that I don't really do Halloween. I think I printed them out because it was a part of like a kit, a journaling kit. I was meant to do like a tiny little journal of some sort with it. Just left it. Or it might have been like, you know, things happening in my life back then with the year. Oh, I'm doing great, Hannah. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Spooky as the Prince Skeleton Spooky. I definitely feel like we need to add a thing or two on here, so we are actually going to look into the scraps as well. I don't really do that, but I feel like Halloween is definitely coming up. Am I just going to throw the things in the bin? And I think some of it will actually be really strange with the coloring, because I don't necessarily think that this is the original coloring, the pink and the things. As I said, I don't really remember the original ones, but of course, you know, with the orange and yellow and black and things, I could go with pink. I haven't really seen that around Halloween, but did you have a busy day, Heavenly? Yeah, me too. Like I said, Wicked. Which one? Which one? Wicked. Is this the one that's wicked? Trick or treat, the cute, or maybe let's look into the princess. That they know. Spooky. That will be spooky. Trick or treat will be this one then. So, of course, the archival mini ink pad. I am going around with a little tiny, like, I don't even, like black like this. Doesn't really need anything, but hello, Maddie. Nice to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Have a happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you too. So this one, the trick or treat, we do definitely need to do a little extra cutting there. So with the weekend, do we have anything planned, people? Not necessarily, at least not for me. There are some floorball things happening. Usually this time of year it is. Oh, I am doing very well. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well too, and you know, family and the little baby. Like that, and it's again a little bit more. I should have done a little inking process before gluing it down, of course. Just need to spook it up a little bit, I would say. Let's look into this one. So the words on all of these 8 cards are the same. I have just printed them twice. Oh. but the pictures are a little bit different on them. So, scary. Do we want to have a scary crow? I'm going up there. Going to be leaving these in a little bit, and I know, like I usually do when creating, I have no clue if I will ever go into looking into these again, but it's the process. I don't know, is it that it's the calming thing maybe? Actually like that the texture paste, as you can see, I don't know if it's visible, but using the black ink on the texture paste makes it a little bit more three-dimensional. Going in with the black ink again on this. All the way around, and of course I need to just do a little tiny bit of gluing, and I have to tell, you know, again, looking into a new glue. I know that I don't like the black one. It's one of those, I don't have another one, and let's see, this is new, but it's definitely not a good one. It's one of those, like, I don't even know, 25 cents kind of things. Let's go with the proper one. Proper things are always better to use. Remember that. That's the thing. Remember that proper things are always nicer to use. Just do a little bit more black on the white spots there. And then of course with a spooky situation on this one card. Let's see, have a little bit more black on the bottom there, and then put black on the edges of this one card. So with a little help of things that I already had in the craft room, sorry for my hands here, they are all messy, but I did create 8 ATC cards. So this one, I'm going to have to flatten them out, but this one, and I do need to, sorry bird, we have to cut his tail off there a little bit. This one and this one. We also, like, you know, not necessarily have to, but I feel like I want to, this squiggly line, it's a squiggly line all the way around, even though it doesn't really show much, maybe more on other parts than, you know, like, but I do tend to leave a little bit of some sort of extra textury feel. So just swiggle it all the way around like this. Going like that on here, going up, and I'm gonna double it up. The beauty of this, you don't necessarily have to have any like straight lines or anything, just doing it like this. As you can see, I'm definitely not doing any proper straight lines here. So with the help of a little imagination and things, we did create some fun little ATC cards. Just a little extra with this ink line. So what's next with this? I will leave this out because they definitely need to dry. And I'm going for a little bit extra with the inking lines on that specific one. Let's figure it out in a little bit. Or I would say just go with the flow and do something on the yellow part of that card, because we definitely need to do that. Like you saw here, I just did that on the background, left that part out because that is glued on something else. Let's see, what are we going to do with you? I don't know, just do a little thing, adding in some crosses, something just to have somewhat of something going on the on it. Doing the same thing here, maybe like that. I felt it needed something. Going in heat as well. Just bringing the background down a little bit, I would say. So these are, I was about to say ready to use, but I'm not going to use them for any specific thing. With the help of, and I'm going to show you this really like cheap journaling kit ephemera thing, bought a couple of years back, just laid here waiting to be used. I used it for this, and this is how it came out. The most beautiful thing of all is to use scraps, and this one, this might be the easiest one of all. I wanted to lift this specific picture a little bit, so I simply used a printer white piece of paper, regular printer paper, on the background. You don't need much. These are the end result. So when doing maybe one more thing today, we are going to look further into the Inktober creations. And what day do we have today? The 23rd of October, and Firefly is the prompt word for the day. Firefly. What are we going for? Let's see. We are going for a new one. Firefly. Sometimes when doing prompts like this, you know, you could always go do a proper firefly. In this case, I think I am not. Am I going with a fly and a fire? Let's figure it out together. A fly. How on earth am I going to create a fly? Am I going to do like a proper, like a house fly, or I don't know how? Or am I going a little bit more in the terms of like a house fly? I do feel, let's see, an insect. I tend to do like cutesy type things. A firefly. We do have to cheat here a little bit, are we? Just doing the the body, like outlining it a little bit here. The antenna, does it have antennas? I don't know how they look. I've never, do I even know it? I don't think I've ever seen a firefly. Do they have huge antennas? Let's think about this one. Just do a little bit of a cartoony one, maybe. Do you think I will have to look into how they look? Do they have large wings, or do they have like tiny ones? I think they do have some sort of pattern. Or are we going like more Disney-like? I don't know. And then of course doing a little bit more of a cartoony work with this. I tend to feel like that, at least today. Trying to, it isn't a leaf, but you know, I want to be able to have the body show and the wings. Is it that one have a black head, proper like a whole black head, or how is it? And then of course the legs. 4 legs, 6 legs, 8 legs. It's definitely not a spider, but just going for something like this, you know, a little bit of a pretend one maybe. Definitely going here, not doing like anything specific in terms of this one. Let's see, 8 legs. I don't even like that. I think it has a little bit more of a darker body. To me, a fly has really dark head, so we'll go with that. So that's supposed to symbolize a fly, and then we do have the fire. I don't know why, but I just felt I wanted to symbolize that today somehow, and then we all know it's a firefly. So are we going with a bonfire maybe? In that case, we do of course need to have a little bit of a color situation going on, don't we? And we are going to use the inks again. Let's see, pink, no, not pink. Who am I? Yellow, red. As these are inks, I am counting them as okay for Inktober. We are going to use just a tiny bit, as you know, because with inks you don't necessarily need more than just a tiny little drop. I'm going here, dropped, tiny one. I don't know, is it visible there? It is tiny. I don't want to have too much. That's why I take it slow when doing ink things like this. Because I know that it does just need a drop or two. That was a little bit too much in the brush. I could feel it. I definitely don't want to spray because that is way too much. So that will be somewhat of a fire there. We will add some, who am I? Green. No, this isn't green, it's red. Because it was too much. Just a little bit. I would have preferred orange, of course, but with inks it's kind of hard to do a mix-up, proper one. So just the tiniest bit again. That will symbolize the fire, and that's the fly. So it's a firefly, even though it's not a proper firefly, we all know. And then we do have black, but we are going not proper black, we are going kind of grayish, hopefully there. So just a little. No, is this black? Is this purple? It's looking. No, it's black. I was about to say purple because it looked purple when I opened it up. I have a really, really dark purple too, so that's, you know, that's where I worry my thoughts. So these inks are dilutions ink sprays. And we are going just to a little bit. Creating an illusion of stones, maybe? An illusion, I don't know, but they are there. Like that. I do feel I want to have a tiny bit more ink with the yellow color, so let's hope for the best. We're going to try at least. Let's see, can we wash this somewhat out? Yes, just a little bit. So there we have it, the firefly, within just a couple of minutes. And with that, let's think key number 23. I did do buttons yesterday. Are we going to have some sort of color? I think turquoise might be kind of nice for this one, so that's where I'm going. Let's see. I do have blue too, or teal. I don't know why turquoise is nice. Let's see. Vibrant turquoise. I do tend to like red, but Let's figure this one out. Oh, that was not as easy as I thought, but let's see. Oh, that's a lot. Doing, I don't know, this one. Kind of brings it together a little bit with making a tiny bit of color with the inks. Not necessarily 100%, but just a tiny little bit of a something there. And then we have, I think we will go with this one. So yesterday was buttons, and we have these here. You have a tiny bit more even ones. Yeah, we will go with this one. You know, thinking with creative thoughts, odd or even. There we have it. Turquoisey buttons will represent yesterday. Just a little bit of something. The word for today with the Inktober was firefly. So we have that represented as well. Are we going to look into tomorrow's prompt? Are we that sneaky? No, I will wait with that one, I'll say. So for next week and the upcoming weeks, I will definitely have to change a little bit with the scheduling of the lives. But to not miss out on any of them, be sure to set the notification bell, and you know, I will be with you someday during the week. You can be totally sure on that. I can see myself go more towards the beginning of the week than anything, but set the bell and you get a little ding in your phone or on your computer when I'm live from now on. So have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone, and thank you for stopping by and looking into all of this scary ATZs that we made. So thank you to all the people participating in chat, and thank you to all the replayers. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.